I've watched it a couple times, but I wouldn't say I replay it in my mind. No.
Do you guys talk about it all or think about it all? Just because you guys are both different teams, it kind of feels like.
Yeah.
This year versus last year.
We've talked about it a couple times in the locker room, mainly saying how much we've changed and grown from that game and how it was the turning point of the season. But other than that, we don't really talk about it.
Did you hear about it at all at home?
I did. I caught some flack from it, but that's expected. It's all good though. We get to play them on Sunday, so.
What are you telling your teammates about playing at the XL Center? Because this will be the first time for the freshmen and sophomores.
Oh yeah, I guess I didn't think about that. They hadn't played there. Yeah, because we haven't practiced there either. I think they'll enjoy it. I feel like it'll be a lot of people there. The crowd will be there. I think it'll be a very fun experience for them.
When you say you took a little flack at home, were people kind of reminding you should have played here? I mean, what was the harassment about?
Yeah, harassment. Yeah, that's some of the comments. Or should have gone to Arkansas, or you went to UConn and we played Arkansas and then you lost. Like, it's, people say stuff, crazy stuff. But whatever.
Did you tell them you're going to get redemption, or do you just walk away?
I didn't say anything. I just listened. They'll eat their words. It's okay.
You guys to come out, I mean, obviously you always play pretty good non-conference teams in like the beginning of the season, but Arkansas is a team also with that extra motivation for you guys to beat them. For your first game of the season, is there extra focus just to make sure you guys are coming out and all things are flowing on both ends?
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna come out and play our game, whether we're playing Arkansas or anybody else. We're just gonna go out there and play how we've been practicing and have a good time.
How was this week of practice like?
It's been hard, and of course, the coach is always gonna make practices hard, but especially before the first game to get us ready. So that's expected too.
Are you seeing any obvious nervousness from the new kids? Being their first real game?
No, they're doing pretty good. I think they, got their first jitters out with the exhibition game. So I think we're ready to go this time around.
Christyn, there's a lot of discussion about like what the rotation is going to be like and everything. Do you like having that many talented kids on the team to share the floor with? It must be fun though, right?
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. For us to be able to sub in and out and not miss a beat. I feel like that's something that we've been lacking the past couple of years, and just doing it every day in practice and the exhibition game, I think is going to be a great season.
Are you starting to see any ideas of like who's doing well together among the newer kids, or is it just rotating in with the experienced people and the non-experienced people, or what are you seeing in terms of rotations?
Well, yeah, we like to put the new guys in with some of the experienced guys because they still, at the end of the day, are new, and we have to build that team chemistry. But we could put all new guys on the floor, and they do well. I feel like we just have great team chemistry and a lot of great players that can bring a lot of different things to the table. So, yeah, I don't think we're not worried about the rotations. If you come ready to play, coach is going to put you in the game. You just have to be ready for your moment.
Did the change for you personally defensively last year change right after the Arkansas game, or was it later in the year when coach just said, you know what, I need somebody to lock down so-and-so?
Well, I think it changed as a team after the Arkansas game. So, yeah, I'll say me too personally. But I guess you could notice a difference in me later on in the season. Coach did talk to me about he needed somebody to lock up. So, yeah, that answers your question.
Speaking of the newcomers, was there any of them that surprised you or really impressed you from Sunday?
Caroline did a great job, I thought. She started off with first game jitters. That's normal. She's a freshman. But once she got it going, I thought she did really well.
Have you looked at Arkansas on tape at all, or have you looked over them as a team or kind of know their players all yet?
Well, it's kind of hard. I think they had their first game either yesterday, I think.
They're playing right now.
They're playing right now?
Yep.
Well, I think we're watching film today. But it's kind of hard because they don't have the same team as last year. So I don't know what we're going to be watching.
Well, from your experience last year, what kind of problems does Amber Ramirez present?
Oh, she can shoot. She can shoot 3. So we have to know where she is at all times. We just have to be aware of where she is.
Christyn, freshmen have this reputation of not being good defenders, but it seems like AZ is able to defend pretty well. What's it like going against her in practice?
Yeah, AZ is far along than I was my freshman year as far as defense.
Could you guard a chair?
How hard is that?
What'd you say?
Could you guard a chair? Isn't that one of Gino's favorite things? You can't guard a chair?
Okay, I could guard a chair. He's so dramatic. Oh, wow. But no, AZ is doing really well, offensively and defensively. So that's really good for her to be able to come out on the floor and be able to guard somebody as a freshman.
Anybody else among the freshmen who you think is ready to defend, really ready to defend at this level? I mean, generally they aren't.
Caroline is getting there. She's still trying to get, the rotations down, kind of like how I was. But she'll get there. She's gotten a lot better as far as as the practice has gone along. But AZ is the best right now.
Has Coach talked with you all about what this team could be defensively? Or is it, I know it's still early. Maybe you guys are still trying to figure out what kind of ceiling you have on that end of the floor.
Yeah, he talks about it every day. He knows that we're capable to do a lot of great things, that we just have to keep practicing at it and working hard at it every day in practice.
Is there a tangible feeling for you that's different being a senior? I mean, do you just feel more relaxed? Do you feel more urgency? Do you feel, like you know everything?
No, I do not know everything. It's kind of a little bit of both. I do feel relaxed just because I know what's coming. I've experienced a lot, this being my 4th year. But it is a sense of urgency because it is my last year and I haven't, achieved some of the things that I wanted to achieve by coming here. So it's a thin line between the two. But I feel good. I'm in a good spot.
Christyn, to have this much talent assembled on one team, when you sign a recruiting class that has Paige, and then the next year you sign a recruiting class with AZ, what's your reaction? Just oh dang, we're getting her too. Is it impressive to every time you sign a great class? Is it impressive to you as an upperclassman to bring those kids in?
I mean, yeah. I feel like it's just the thing to happen here. They signed Lou, and then Meg was the number 1, and then I came in. So I just feel like that's the normal around here.
You're surprised when someone signs someplace else?
Yeah. Yeah, it's oh, okay, wow. Okay.
How would you describe yourself heading into your senior year? Coming in, Coach talked about what a tremendous offensive player you are, that you could get to the basket, make shots outside, do anything. How would you describe yourself now as a player?
I feel like a lot of people can see my offensive game and that I can score in many ways. But I feel like I'm a defensive stopper now too. And I don't think I can say that my freshman year or in high school. So I feel like I've grown in that aspect. And yeah.
So is your confidence way up here now because you're both a threat on both ends of the floor?
I'd say my confidence is in a good spot. I wouldn't, I'm in a good spot, yeah.
You couldn't say that about your confidence a few years ago either.
No, I couldn't. You're right. Yeah, no. So, I don't know.
Christyn, most seniors get a homecoming game.
Yeah.
You had one kind of in odd circumstances last year, but is this kind of a second take on that? And do you have a lot of family coming here for this year because it's Arkansas?
Yeah, I do have a lot of family. I think I have 12 coming. It is a homecoming game, but it's not because it's here. But I'm still grateful that I get the opportunity to play them again. So I think it'll be a fun experience.
Is there something you're looking forward to most this season? Is it little redemption games like this, or is it proving yourself at the Final Four, or is there something else in between there?
Well, I don't want to say that because we got to get there first. We still have a whole season ahead of us. But I'm really just excited to play in front of a crowd again. I mean, honestly, it was just so weird last year. So I think that's what I'm most looking forward to. It's having the crowd.
One of the transitions that you kind of made last year was driving more into the paint. We've already seen that this year. When did that click? I mean, we could see in your freshman year that you had that talent. We could see in your high school that you had that talent, and then it kind of became a hanging out of the perimeter. What made that change for you?
It's funny you say that. So freshman year, I did drive to the basket. That was my thing. If coach said if I do one thing, just go to the basket, because we had Lou and all of them, so I didn't really have to do much. But I knew I had to work on my outside game as far as shooting and stuff. So I think I really focused on that, and it hindered me a little bit because that's all I was focusing on. And last year, I figured, getting to the basket is my bread and butter. Why don't I just get back to that? And
how many times I yelled that silently.
I know. I don't know. It's just one of those things that it had to click on my own. And that's what happened. And then my outside shot started flowing. It was just a domino effect. So I know that's my bread and butter, and y'all will see me being aggressive.
Coach said that's been a point of emphasis for the team as a whole. Like, you were able to do that, Caroline can do that, AZ can do that. Is that something he's had to maybe explicitly talk to you guys about, or just more so in the offense that you guys are working with to do?
No, he hasn't really talked to us about it. I think that's just within the offense. We've just seen that getting to the basket, be aggressive, and everybody feeds off each other. So he hasn't really had to tell us to be aggressive.
We have time for one more, Christyn.
Christyn, have you guys practiced downtown at all yet?
No, we have not. That's why when he said they haven't gone to Excel, I'm like, wow, they really haven't. So that should be interesting.